Hi guys, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm, where my addiction is all the internet. On this channel I do book hauls, book reviews of digital and physical media, audiobooks, and so much more. So on this video I'm going to be talking an update on Tori Wood's arrest. She has a court date on June 5th. And how we only know about this is that she actually tried to get her name scratched out, like her real name, her legal name, and the magistrate told her to told her to kick rocks. Um, so um, so I am very happy that this happened, that she was not allowed to hide her real name from people, because we need to know the name of people that are dirty, people that are creating this content for essentially for pedophiles. So there's a lot of dirty stuff that's going on in the world, as far as like parents selling their children's photos to men and all that type of stuff. So it's an epidemic. It's an epidemic, and I will definitely be saying this, that Daddy's Little Toy is a byproduct of a very larger problem that's going on in the world with influencers having their kids perform, where men can watch their little booties go. All that type of stuff. All that sick stuff that I personally want to throw up right now just by saying that. So I will once again reiterate what I said in the video that I did about her, that the big issue I have is that there was even a market for age gap romances, and how people can take a market, take a desire for something, and use it to do all sorts of things, to try to get away with doing all sorts of things. But it also underlines a very real problem with today's society. We have people that spend money to watch special content with children in it. We have people that read books where the girl is barely out of high school and the guy is like 800 years old. Now, Harlequin teens, I will say, definitely feels like they have like standards when it comes to things like the Iron Fey series. The focal point of the entire story was the Iron Fey, and about how they're trying to destroy the summer and the winter courts, and that there's only an extremely light sprinkling of romance. It's not like Sarah J. Maas. It's not like Rebecca Yarnos. It's not like those types of authors. The people that write for Harlequin, they actually have to have talent, and their plots actually have to make sense. And then there's also, you can tell there's more emphasis on making sure the editing is done correctly. But it's something that I literally am like, this is your fault. I will say this once again, this is people's fault that this happened. Because if there was no that's the word I'm looking for, market for this kind of stuff, that book most likely would have never been written. Because if you hear over and over again as a woman, oh, I like dark romance, oh, I love age gap romances, they're going to take that as a sign that they can write whatever the fuck they want to write, call it dark romance, and we will be screaming when she walks into the door. And that's probably what she was envisioning when she wrote this book. that she was going to become as popular as Sarah J. Maas, that she was going to, that when she walked into the door, people were going to be screaming her name. She was probably thinking about the large amount of money she was going to make. And also, someone said that she probably read Lolito and didn't get the purpose of the book. I'm going to agree with that. I probably she did read Lolito, and because that had been published, and that itself is problematic, but it's a great American classic, she thought maybe she was writing the next great Australian classic. I don't know. But that's the thing about it, is that, you know, we allow these kinds of books to be published because we want this kind of stuff. But yeah, it's disgusting. It absolutely is. It's just disgusting. But yeah, so June 5th she will be going back up before the magistrate. I don't know if that's going to be her trial or what, I don't know. But if she's convicted for being a dirty, filthy woman, I have no idea what the prison time is going to be. And this case is going to make up like the rest of my year. Like it'll be December and I'll still be obsessed over what happened to her. I'll be like, but I really think that we as American readers, we really need to take stock in what happened and why it happened and what led it to happen. And I think that we really need to be like, okay, why are we even reading these kinds of books? Why are we reading these kinds of books? And yeah, it's important to really think about that we're supposed to, I think we should have a very large perspective about things. But I think probably one of what I would consider to be a little bit disturbing in the area of like fantasy is, of course, the what was it? Trying to find it. By it's supposed to be a dystopian and it's not. Anyways, Lightlark, where we don't really know how old she is and how old he is. As far as I know, I don't know how old they are. But just the elements that are in that book, that's why I said I'm not buying the third book, because I was thoroughly disgusted by the second book, and I'm like, no. But I think that we really need to kind of reevaluate what our reading tastes are and everything. And that's why I'm on a horror kick, because horror allows you to explore things that you could never explore. And there's no child pornography, there's no child sex as far as I know of. There's extreme horror, which of course comes with its own warning label, and that's what authors put into the book. Like, warning, you've not seen anything yet. They forewarn the people that you're about to go into something that you may not be ready for. But anyways, I don't feel sorry for her as an author, as a reader, as a victim of a pedophile. I don't feel sorry for her at all. And I will always advocate for victims of child sex trafficking, child pornography, all that type of stuff. Now, here's the thing is that while that law works over there in Australia, because there's very high censorship of practically anything, here in America, such a law like that would definitely not work because of how court cases have been, how, we have First Amendment rights. They just kind of toy with the idea of First Amendment. Or like freedom of speech, freedom of press, all that type of jazz. They play with it. We actually enshrine it on an altar with candles and incense. But I think that if you try to have a law like that, judges would strike it down because of the First Amendment. So I think that's one of the huge reasons why you can have books like this that people can read because of the First Amendment. So, First Amendment, they protect authors. Now, if you have straight up child porn on your computer, that's entirely different. But the First Amendment does protect authors and allow them to write whatever they want to write. Well, anyways, that is my video about Tori Woods. After the 5th of June, as soon as I get a day off, I definitely will be seeing if there's an update to that and see what's going on with that. I will do another video because right now most people are still talking about her. So so my next video will be my Kindle reading vlog for the 23rd, and I hope all of you are having a wonderful Wednesday and everything. So stay safe, keep your kids safe, and keep on reading.